You know, I thought I needed a break from anime, but in actuality it looks like I need a break from YouTube entirely. Maybe it's the hot summer that influences me, or maybe I legitimately would rather go stick a finger up a bear's ass than doing this every week, but I just kind of feel creatively bankrupt, which isn't a good thing when you have to do these things regularly. But anyway, The Dragon Prince is an ongoing 3D action-adventure cartoon developed by Wonderstorm Studio and distributed by Netflix. The plot is typical for Western fantasy, but with a healthy dose of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is unsurprising, I guess you do what you do best. In a typical fantasy land, magic is derived from 6 elements, but humans, as per usual, can't really do magic, so in a typically human fashion, they've invented the magic of genocide, but the fucking elves weren't really keen on genocide as we humans are, and so they did the most logical thing an elf would do, exiled them on a less magical side of the continent, built a great wall of lava to stop all immigrants from coming, and put a massive fuck-off dragon to guard it. Yes, elves, that's real smart of you. Humans and their genocide magic won't ever hold a grudge against you, you nitwits. Our main heroes are Human Prince Callum, Human Prince Ezran, and a Moonshadow Elf Rayla, who after honestly pretty stereotypical shenanigans team up to deliver the egg of the Dragon Prince where he belongs, all while a typical Jafar is planning to return humanity its Lebensraum. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed this show greatly, predominantly because the show managed to use everything I liked about Avatar and not fucking it up, which is more than I can say for Korra, that's for sure. The characters are written in an enjoyable, morally grey manner where you can clearly see who's the villain of the show, even if you can sympathize with them to some extent. The weakest parts of the show for me were the graphics and the music. The graphics are 3D, which is already not great, but somehow they managed to make it worse by lowering the frame rate to a staggering degree, only upping it in fight scenes and stuff. The music is overall kind of forgettable, typical melodramatic violin and action tracks best characterized by that track SpongeBob used to use. And that's really it. I liked it because it's basically Avatar: The Last Western Fantasy, and it has all the pluses and minuses of modern Western fantasy, including that representation stuff that might get the show banned in Russia and Africa. I've only watched the first season, but I can already predict that Callum is going to be a special little boy because he's the main hero, and that Jafar is going to become more and more unhinged, etc. Predictable, yes, but I've seen worse. Now, I have a feeling that I'm forgetting something. Wonder what? Oh, that's right. You. There always comes a time in my life where I slowly and painfully realize that I don't really have anything to say about this show that couldn't be said about pretty much most of what I've rambled before. I mean, what can I say about a cartoon whose plot, graphics, and music can be summarized by this screenshot? O.K K.O, Let's Be Heroes is an ongoing comedy action series created by Cartoon Network, and it definitely fits there. It tells us about a boy named K.O who lives in what I can only describe as the USA of My Hero Academia universe and wants to become a hero, and the show's about that and his assortment of friends, frenemies, and all that other stuff. Yep. It has the same strengths and weaknesses as the Loud House and Hilda, the only things that differ are the niches they currently fulfill. It's even kinda ironic that these pretty similar shows are scattered throughout 3 competing channels. If I was a conspiracy man, I would probably start thinking that they're in cahoots. Even the graphics in the show aren't that bad. I'm still not sure if that's just a style or an homage to something, but there were worse cartoons over the years, and the fact that this one is 2D is already an improvement. This is a kid's cartoon. Nothing more, nothing less. My inner kid liked it. My inner adult was bored out of its skull, and that's how things should be as far as I'm concerned. In fact, if you really think about it, if this is what kids watch these days, then you kinda have a stable and healthy ecosystem in Western cartoon industry. All 3 channels have their small exclusives you would like to tune in, and they all are perfectly serviceable and will probably gain a cult following if they're shown for continuous periods of time. Admittedly, I still haven't seen anything Disney Channel made, so maybe it's not as idyllic as one can think, but it's alright. And that's kinda about it, really. Now go away.